What if I told you that the king of off-road trucks just rewrote its own rulebook? What if I said Ford didn't just build a pickup this time? They built a monster that laughs at dunes, eats mud for breakfast, and still pampers you like a luxury sub on the way home. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the upcoming 2026 Ford F-150 Raptor. And it's not just an upgrade, it's a revolution wearing a Ford badge. From the moment you see it, your pulse starts racing. The new LED C-clamp lights glare like eyes ready for battle, the wider stance screams dominance, and that gigantic blacked-out grille with bold, Ford lettering feels less like a logo and more like a warning. You think you've seen aggressive design before? Wait until you see this beast under sunlight. Every curve, every vent, every cut is engineered for air, speed, and intimidation. It's taller, it's bolder, and it's meaner than anything you've seen from Detroit's powerhouses. And before we dive into all that muscle, here's your first hook. People are whispering about its price tag, and what Ford has done this year is going to stun you midway through this review. So stick around, because by the end you'll know why this Raptor could be both your dream and your nightmare. Under the hood lies what can only be described as controlled chaos. Ford has reworked the high-output 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, pushing power to a level that makes competitors sweat. Rumors place it near 470 horsepower and nearly 600 pound-feet of torque. But that's not all. There's something wild lurking in testing garages, a new hybrid boosted version that could redefine truck performance, blending electric torque with raw combustion fury. When you press that start button, it's not a sound, it's a roar that feels like it comes from the earth itself. The turbos spool up instantly, and the throttle response is so sharp it's almost psychic. Ford tuned this powertrain not just for acceleration but for rhythm, giving you that relentless surge across any terrain. And that suspension, dear God, the next General Fox live valve shocks are even smarter now, reading the road 1,000 times per second, adapting instantly whether you're crawling over rocks or flying over desert ridges. This isn't a pickup. It's a jet fighter that just happens to wear truck tires. You feel the control, the poise, the confidence that this machine was born for chaos and trained for precision. The 2026 Raptor's chassis is a masterpiece of aluminum and steel harmony, light yet incredibly rigid, helping it dance through rough trails while maintaining highway manners smoother than some premium sedans. Step inside, and Ford reminds you that brutality doesn't mean discomfort. The cabin greets you with new Recaro-inspired seats wrapped in Alcantara and leather, embossed with the Raptor Claw logo, a massive 15.5-inch central screen floating like a command center, and the 12-inch digital driver display glowing with off-road data, pitch, roll, and drive mode animation. Everything feels crafted, not assembled. Matte carbon fiber trims, orange stitching that pulses with attitude, and a flat-bottom steering wheel that screams performance. Even the gear selector folds flat when not in use, creating a flat work surface, because yes, the Raptor can be your office before it becomes your playground. But here's the twist. Just when fans thought Ford couldn't go further, rumors started swirling about an electrified Raptor Lightning variant in development, combining instant EV torque with Raptor's off-road soul. Can you imagine 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds from a truck this big? Ford might actually pull it off. Yet, even with all this innovation, the 2026 Raptor remains loyal to its heritage. It's still about adventure, adrenaline, and unapologetic power. Let's talk about the sound for a second. The new exhaust system features active valves that let you switch from Baja Thunder to quiet stealth mode. One click and it roars like a wild beast ready to crush the desert. Another click and it hums softly while you cruise through the city. Ford understands emotion, and that's exactly what this system delivers: control over how your truck feels and sounds depending on your mood. But here's what'll really grab you: fuel efficiency. For a monster of this caliber, the updated engine management and lighter body bring surprising numbers, nearly 18 mpg combined. And that's not even the hybrid version. When you consider that level of performance with that kind of efficiency, it starts to look less like a truck and more like sorcery. Now, you might be wondering, how much does this piece of power art cost? Here's where the shock comes. The base 2026 F-150 Raptor is expected to start around $79,000, but with all the performance packs and tech add-ons, fully loaded models could climb beyond $100,000. That's right, 6 figures for a pickup. Sounds insane, right? But then again, when you look at what you're getting, that price tag suddenly feels like a ticket to own an icon. You're not just buying a truck, you're buying dominance. And Ford knows that. Every inch of this machine screams it. The Raptor's drive modes are smarter than ever: normal, sport, slippery, tow, haul, Baja, rock crawl, and now the new Trail Control Plus, which basically turns you into an off-road superhero. It automatically manages throttle and braking across rough terrain, so you just focus on steering while it does the rest. It's like having a co-pilot who never blinks. Ford's engineers have also introduced an over-the-air update system that keeps your Raptor evolving with new performance maps and firmware tweaks. Imagine your truck getting faster, smarter, and more capable overnight, without you doing a thing. That's 2026 thinking right there. And when you take it on the highway, that's where the dual personality truly shows. You expect it to ride like a brick, but it glides. The suspension smooths out imperfections, and the cabin isolation is on luxury car levels. The sound system, Bang & Olufsen tuned with 18 speakers, turns your drive into a concert, and with Ford's new Blue Cruise 1.4 hands-free system, it practically drives itself on mapped highways. You can literally stretch your arms, relax, and let the truck handle the boring parts. Yet, one touch on that steering wheel brings back the full Raptor spirit. It's pure adrenaline on command. The body design also plays with aerodynamics like never before. Functional vents, underbody plates, and active grille shutters work together to reduce drag and improve cooling. Even the hood scoops aren't just for show, they channel air directly to cool the turbos. Every piece of design has purpose, and that purpose is performance. The tailgate features new hidden lighting, integrated tie-downs, and a built-in step for easy bed access, while the bed itself offers power outlets strong enough to run a campsite or even recharge electric bikes. This is the Raptor's duality, brutal power wrapped in practical genius. Off-road, this thing defies logic. With 14 inches of front suspension travel and nearly 15 in the rear, it soars, lands, and keeps going like gravity forgot it exists. The 37-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires are pure claws, biting into sand, snow, and gravel with unshakable confidence. Engage Baja mode, and it unleashes the beast. Traction control loosens, throttle response spikes, and the entire truck becomes a desert predator. And yet, when you switch to comfort mode, it softens, quiets, becomes civilized, as if nothing happened. That's the magic of the 2026 Raptor, it adapts to you, not the other way around. There's also a new level of connectivity. FordPass integration lets you start, lock, or even locate your truck via smartphone, check tire pressure, and get live diagnostics. Inside, ambient lighting subtly shifts colors as you change drive modes: red for Baja, blue for normal, orange for sport. It's the little details that show Ford isn't just competing, they're flexing. Now here's where we need to pause for a reality check. The Raptor isn't for everyone. It's big, it's loud, and it makes a statement wherever it goes. You don't buy this truck because you need it, you buy it because you crave it. It's about emotion, the thrill of hearing the turbos whistle and the exhaust crackle as you climb a dune or blast down a trail. It's about looking back at it after parking and feeling that instant rush of pride. And yet, Ford has managed to make it practical too, with towing capacity over 8,000 pounds and payload just above 1,400. It's not just playing tough, it's living up to it. Safety-wise, the 2026 Raptor continues to impress. You get adaptive cruise, lane keeping, blind spot monitoring, and even a 360-degree trail camera system that gives you a drone-like view of obstacles. Add to that new radar-based collision avoidance tuned for off-road use, and you've got one of the most advanced safety systems in any pickup, period. So yes, it's wild, but it's smart wild. Think about it, what other truck gives you the power to fly through dunes one moment and park itself in a tight city spot the next? That's the Raptor mindset: power with intelligence, brutality with sophistication. It's an experience, not just transportation. And when you finally park it, step out, and shut that door, you hear the solid thud that reminds you, this is still a Ford, built tough, built proud, built for legends. Some people say you don't need a truck like this. They're right, you don't need it. But once you drive it, you'll never want anything else. It's addictive. It's emotion on four wheels. It's the 2026 Ford F-150 Raptor, a machine that proves performance has no limits, and that even perfection can evolve. So, if you've made it this far into the video, you already know you're not here just for the specs, you're here because something about this truck speaks to you. It's more than horsepower and torque. It's about freedom, confidence, and power that listens only to you. And as the next wave of performance pickups approaches, one thing is certain: the 2026 Raptor isn't following anyone. It's leading. And when that price tag finally drops, and people gasp, you'll smile, because you'll understand, you can't put a number on dominance. This, right here, is what happens when Ford stops competing and starts conquering. And trust me, the moment you hear it in person, you'll know exactly why it's worth every dollar. So, what do you think? Would you dare to tame the 2026 Raptor, or will it tame you first? Drop your thoughts below, because this isn't just a truck review, it's the beginning of a new off-road era. If you felt that adrenaline, if your heart beat a little faster, make sure you smash that like button, share this video with every truck lover you know, and hit that subscribe button, because this is PowerRide and we bring the power to you, one beast at a time.